Hello, alive one. I am Candleate. I am gonna help you eat your snacks, not literally. Before we start, leave a comment to let me know which part of the living land you are listening from and what snacks are you eating now. Also give a like and subscribe if you are enjoying the stories. Now, prepare your snacks and relax. Alright, quiet down. You need to listen closely. Because we're stepping into the dim corners of a suburban home, the kind of place where peace slowly curdles into paranoia and shadows grow sharp enough to cut. This isn't just a scary story. It's a descent into the fragile mind of someone teetering on the edge, where fear wears a face you recognize. It began with a sound, barely a whisper of a creak. Almost nothing. Almost. Liam sat bolt upright in bed, his chest heaving, every muscle tight. The room was dark and cold, but not from the temperature. Something in the air had changed, shifted. He felt it in his bones. He'd been awake for hours, senses on fire, mind trapped in a silent panic that had no origin. Until now. From the thin crack in his bedroom door, a sliver of golden light spilled in. His heart stilled. That light wasn't supposed to be there, and in it, a shadow. A silhouette stood in the living room, tall, motionless, just inside the patio door. The blinds behind it were crooked, one edge torn away from its place. They were always drawn, always. A chill washed over Liam. This wasn't a nightmare. Someone was inside. His phone. He reached for it with shaking hands, fingers slick with sweat, but fumbled it. On the other side of the door, something moved. A light, small, handheld, swept across the hallway in erratic strokes, slicing through the dark. Liam held his breath. The flashlight beam paused, hovering just outside his bedroom. This wasn't just a burglary. It felt targeted. It felt personal. He slid soundlessly from the bed, bare feet meeting the cold floor. He tried to hide under the bed. The silence throbbed in his ears. Then, a whisper. So faint, he almost missed it. But it was there. Liam, I know you're in there. His breath caught. The voice, distorted, gravelly, held a twisted familiarity. His name. How did they know his name? Frozen, Liam pressed himself, and holding his breath. A figure shifted outside the door of the bedroom that he opened. The silhouette loomed, tall and menacing, casting a monstrous shadow onto the opposite wall. In its hand, a weapon. No. It looked like a gun. Every muscle screamed for action, but terror held him fast. The figure sharpened for just a second, and what he saw is a man wearing mask. It was grainy, monochrome. The voice came again, closer now, curling around his ears like smoke. You thought you were safe, didn't you? Always so careful. So predictable. Across the room, the figure moved through the shadows, flashlight beams sweeping the shelves, the photos, the places where memory lived. The intruder's face was hidden beneath a hood, but their movements were calm, precise. They weren't searching randomly. They knew what they were looking for. Liam's fear began to twist, churn, boil. He wasn't just afraid anymore. He was angry. This was his home, his refuge. And now it was defiled. Sneakily get up from under the bed, he lunged. His hand closed around the brass lamp on the table. Heavy, cold. He raised it high and swung. A crack rang out, followed by a deep grunt. The figure crumpled. The flashlight skittered across the floor. Panting, Liam stood over the body, brass lamp still in hand. Every inch of him shook. He waited for a counterattack. For movement. There was none. The hood had fallen back. He stepped closer and froze. It was him. Not a stranger. Not a masked criminal. Himself. The features were warped, yes. Sunken eyes, pale skin, dark circles like bruises, but unmistakable. It was Liam's own face staring back, mouth parted, motionless. A tremor ran through him. This wasn't real. Couldn't be. But the pieces began to fall into place, horribly, inevitably. The sleepless nights, the paranoia, the creeping dread of being watched, of being hunted, the whispering, the shadows, the gun, now clearly nothing more than a glinting flashlight, and a trick of the angle. It had all been him. A reflection of his fractured psyche, projected onto the world around him. His intruder was no one but himself, his fear made flesh. A ghost born of obsession, of trauma, of sleepless nights spent imagining worst-case scenarios until the imagined became the only reality he could see. The lamp fell from his hands, clattering to the floor with a finality that echoed through the room. And just like that, the shadows retreated. The house returned to silence. Not because the threat had vanished, but because he finally saw it for what it was. The true terror was never outside the door. It had always lived inside his head, festering, growing until it consumed everything. But now, he understood. At last, he was safe from himself. He needed help. And for the first time in a long time, he was ready to ask. Because in that house, under the quiet hum of paranoia and the suffocating silence of midnight, Liam faced the most terrifying thing imaginable. The version of himself he had tried to ignore.